Hello, hello. Welcome to Two Geek Girls, folks.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Lands in pterodactyl. Love it. Thank you.
Must be Slytherin. Hi, Slytherin Weasley. That is his customary intro.
To land in a pterodactyl? I like it. I like it.
Pterodactyl. All right, we're going to get some shaking going.
There we go. Get some drinking. I'm starting to get Halloween on here.
Yes. Energy drink.
There are already officially Halloween decorations up in my neighborhood, so. Yes, we are ready for this. We are ready for this. Happy Thursday, everyone. We hope you've had an amazing week. Welcome to Two Geek Girls. Woo! Sorry I missed you last week. It was Dragon Con and all of that funness.
Yes.
And
next week is Gen Con, so we won't have an episode next week.
That time it's going to be Lyssa's fault. So, yes, there I was, Dragon Con. I did not get to do very much. I was on the floor working the entire time. And what I will say is there does seem to be a consensus. A lot of people liked the cap on how many people could be there. So do not be surprised if you see some decisions being made. I do think Dragon Con will continue to push for its full capacity again, but there were a lot of people perfectly willing to pay an extra 10, 15, 20 bucks on their ticket if it means that there is a cap. Now you're also talking about people that are pretty much guaranteed to get a ticket because they are legacies, because they are eternals, because they're professionals, vendors, things like that. Vendors did really, really well in spite of there being less people there because people had more time. People more relaxed. People could actually see the vendors' tables and decide what they wanted to buy. They didn't feel rushed or crushed or anything like that. So there were some benefits to this, obviously very, very different. And as many people pointed out, I started going to Dragon Con 6 or 7 years ago. So for people that were going 8, 9, 10 years ago, they said it felt very much like that.
Yep.
So there you go. It was a blast. Costumes were amazing. Let's see. And the parade, of course, like done at 11:30, which is weird. But yeah. But it was awesome. And this year it was the Suez Canal was in the corner. They created a Suez Canal. And I think it was called it wasn't the Evergreen, it was called something. It was the ship that blocked the Suez Canal. So people set that up around the cardboard cutouts instead of our FedEx guy. And it was the Cult of Cleaning, or the Closed for Cleaning cult. That was
so that was popular. The Shoes cult.
That was one of them. It's still Dragon Con, so there were multitudes.
There's a new cult every year, so I'm not surprised.
But the consensus in the groups was absolutely closed for cleaning. The Closed for Cleaning cult. So at the end cap of the parade was the Jawas and their big terrain ship. I always say the name wrong, so I'm not going to do it. But so they all had their buckets and mops and they were all cleaning. And that was how the Jawas cleaned up after the parade. So
that's awesome.
Yes. Yeah, awesome. It was. So hopefully next year, of course, it was different this year because the parade was closed to the public. You couldn't get down certain streets unless you had a badge. And then Saturday had no single day badges. So it was really hard to tell how each day was going to play out, but pretty good, pretty solid all the way through Monday.
That's good.
Yes, it was. And that's going to be all for me.
That's not going to happen. This week, I actually got a partnership. So if you use code GeekGirl on Juju Energy's website, you get 10% off your order.
Yay! And how does it taste?
Amazing! Oh my god! Like all flavors I have, like the watermelon is still good, but it's not my favorite. This is the one I got in yesterday.
I think watermelon's a very specific taste. You either love it or it's just not your thing.
I like watermelon. It's just a little tart for me.
So for the more sour induced peeps.
Like the Bomber Pop, this thing is like down to here. That's how much I've drank out of this one.
She's been drinking it straight. She's been doing it straight out of the thing.
this is the Tropical Juggernaut. This is really good.
Okay.
And horchata is the other one I have. And this one, for me, I think is better as like a breakfast or dessert one, personally. Like, I think it tastes better if you mix it into milk, whatever your... Yes,
Yep.
Tristan, we can read that. Please do not spam the chat. I will put you in timeout again because neither of us are single, and hitting on people while they happen to be doing a stream is rude.
So tell us exactly what the juice is. Tell us about Juju Juice.
So Juju is a zero sugar energy drink. It is formulated to help protect your eyes against blue light. It's got a bunch of different vitamins in it. So like vitamin C, D, B6, B12, calcium, sodium, taurine, natural caffeine in it too.
Taurine.
So it's green coffee beans.
Okay.
And it has Lutamax 2020, which is the one that helps with your protecting your eyes. So if you're like me and you spend a bunch of time in front of a screen,
right? It's a little weird. I do have those blue glasses. I obviously can't do them here because ring light and everything. But yes,
yeah,
everything for our eyes really does matter. And for those of us who are ignoring how old we're getting, yeah.
I mean, I'm already visually impaired.
Yeah.
And I do have the blue light filter on my glasses, but it definitely does help. I've been noticing like I've been getting fewer headaches since I switched over.
Yeah. I mean, if it works, it works. That's great. It's kind of like I went to the chiropractor today. If it works, it works. Just do whatever makes you feel better.
Exactly.
It's
got like, it's only 15 calories.
Yeah, no, I like that.
As opposed to like 100 plus from other sugar energy drinks.
Oh yeah. No, I can't, if it's not sugar free, I can't even touch it. Like, no, I'll taste anything.
Well, and like, I'm really picky about like sugar free products too. Like really picky.
I prefer,
have like really weird aftertastes.
That they taste really, really weird. And then I really, really prefer something with it. I've gotten used to monk fruit now, and I've gotten used to, anything from stevia, anything that's a different kind of sweetener. I'm totally fine with. There's no reason for sugar right now because it does make me feel really weird as the years go by. There's a little too much of it in most things, so I don't do that. Well, speaking of sponsorships, I'm going to freely sponsor what I'm drinking, which is for those of you who are over 21. I'm enjoying Fire on the Mountain, which is local here in Georgia. It is an amazing cinnamon whiskey, and once you have it, you will never ever go back. But it is distilled here in Georgia, either Decatur or Tequila. And if you are here and you're at any of the package companies and you see Fire, ask them about Fire on the Mountain. Tell them to get Fire on the Mountain. Put it in there because every other cinnamon whiskey I just don't like. But this one is amazing. So it's by the company is Roses. And again, it's a local company here in Georgia. Fire on the Mountain, as in the Grateful Dead.
Oh, nice.
So there you go.
If you guys would like to order and use my code GeekGirl, there's the link for Juju Energy.
Always good to have options for energy drinks and ones that make you feel better, not worse.
Dude, like, I love these. Like, I'd been drinking it for about a month before I even applied for their partner program. Like I've had people come to me before asking for like, hey, do you want a collab? And then it's like, hey, buy a shirt or something.
Yeah, no, those are not real. Like, those are not real collabs. No.
Sus as
no. But I'm also and also I think you and I are both the people who are happy to help out smaller businesses and ones that are getting off the ground. So
there's actually lives here in Georgia, apparently.
There you go. That's good. And that's a collaboration. And those are the two that I see like, that everyone's going to feel much better about. A collaboration is something that you're happy to collaborate on because you greatly believe in the product, even though it might have been introduced to you and there might be a benefit for you. That's totally cool, but it's a collaboration, mutually beneficial collaboration. That makes complete sense.
I've already been using the product, so
and that helps too.
Me just applying for the partnership program was kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. And
it's like if I get it, I get it, and the worst they can say is no. come back later.
Right. Right. Exactly. I mean, again, if it's coming from a place of like, hey, I love this, just wanted to let you know. Yes, it is real whiskey. For somebody's asking, yes, it is. It's real, local Georgia whiskey. It is organic. It is the one without too many ingredients that you can't read, including antifreeze or anything like that. So there you go.
Yeah, like a certain one.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I tell people that and they're absolutely shocked. I'm like, yes, it's actually in there. Go ahead and read.
Ethylene glycol.
That's exactly what that is. That's how you kill somebody you don't want to be married to anymore.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's better, and for exactly that reason, it's far better than Fireball. Again, for anybody who's ever thought like cinnamon whiskey tastes even remotely good, if this has ever interested you and you've tried it, but it's kind of like this you want to keep drinking. Don't, because it's still whiskey, but it actually tastes amazing the way the candy used to taste, like when it was good and you were a kid and you could have as much of it as you wanted. That's what it tastes like. So as we're coming out of this Labor Day weekend, let's give it up for Shang-Chi breaking Labor Day weekend records for opening the latest Avenger. And Marvel has dropped their clip reintroducing the Mandarin into the MCU.
Oh.
So it related to Shang-Chi. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's a fresh teaser for Shang-Chi. And it's the return of Trevor Slattery. Slattery. So the person who was playing the Mandarin, played by Ben Kingsley. There you go. That's what that is. So shout out to that. Amazing actors. It's done really, really well, and I encourage everyone to give it a shot. And that's okay to wait till it streams on Disney. That's totally fine.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. I thought you said howdy doody. You were talking about howdy doody.
Yes, howdy doody.
Howdy doody. And I try to explain that to anybody who is younger than me, what howdy doody is, because I barely knew about it, but I did, because like you would still see people collecting. But you should look up howdy doody and it will give you nightmares. But kids apparently really like this when there was nothing else on and only 3 channels on TV. So there you go. My favorite, so my favorite cosplay that I saw, a lot of people getting creative with more, we always see like more what you could make in your closet, what you could pull out, type of cosplays. People will recognize they're very specific. For an example, when people talk about like trying to get into cosplay, but they're really more movie buffs, one of my favorite from the past, and this reminds me of one of my favorite ones that I saw this year at DragonCon, was a young kid. He'd been in his 20s. He bought a suit that was really loose on him, so a 2-piece suit, and he bought a tie, and he got it at a thrift store or Goodwill, and he bought himself a blue pen, and he drew all over his face the word blue everywhere, and he was Jim Carrey from Liar Liar. The pen is blue. Yeah, that was it. That was his cosplay, and it was one of the most popular ones at the convention that year, because that was absolutely brilliant, and everyone recognized it. If you haven't seen Liar Liar, you're really missing out. But it's from
It's been a while, but I have.
Yeah, so if you remember, I had to explain the pen is blue. So it was great. He had the face and everything. So in that vein, there were a lot of costumes like that this year. People just getting creative. Yeah. And I love this. I love this. Just like this is the one place you could wear this and people are going to get it. So there was a girl who was cosplaying as John Snyder, cosplaying as Drew Barrymore's character from 50 First Dates. Okay. Here's what I mean. Right. So when they were making the video, so when they were making the video, so if you're not familiar with 50 First Dates, there's a part in the movie where Adam Sandler decides to make a video to help Lucy understand what's happening to her every day. Yeah. So he gets her friends together, and his buddy, played by a very inappropriately cast John Snyder in the movie, is helping by portraying Lucy in the video to reenact this first date that Adam and Lucy's characters had.
Oh, Rob Snyder, you mean?
Rob Snyder, sorry, I was saying John Snyder. You're right. Rob Snyder. Yeah. So, Gesundheit. So Rob Snyder, Gesundheit, to look like Lucy, takes a mop and puts it on his head for her hair, and the coconut bra and the pink shirt and like the shorts. So there was a girl walking around dressed like that.
That's great.
So she was cosplaying as Rob Snyder, cosplaying as Lucy from 50 First Dates.
Nice.
And yeah, so that a lot of costumes like that. And just for the creativity, it would have never, ever occurred to me to dress up like that at a convention. And I'm like, I love this. So there were a lot of those. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a cosplay item for Gen Con because it got in yesterday, but not yesterday, Tuesday,
right.
but wasn't in the mailbox where it said it was. And it's not around the house, like outside. So I'm like, excuse me. Hi, my item didn't get to me. It says it's here, but it's not.
I hate that. I hate that.
And I paid for the like $12 shipping, so
that
it would be here sooner. Because like it took them a week to ship the item. And then even with like the $12 shipping, it still took like almost another week to get to Georgia. From California. Bless you.
Thank you. My turn. Yeah, I did have a couple items.
The sneeze.
That's the sneeze. It was contagious. It's like a yawn.
Like I ordered it because like the cosplay I'm doing, I'd have to dye it. I have to dye it brown. So I ordered it so it would be here in time so I could dye it so I could wear it at Gen Con. It's not here. And I've got less than a week before we go to Gen Con.
Well, you've seen my closet. If there's anything I got that'll help you.
You wouldn't happen to have a toga that's in size women's large, would you?
I actually might. I actually might. From
like the shorter ones?
The shorter one. I think it's a one shoulder too.
Which is what I ordered. It has like a cape or something too.
It's got that little red piece on it. Yeah,
it's not red. It's white. Was the one I'll shoot you the link of what I ordered.
Yeah. I had one at one. I did. I had one at one point, and if I still have it, I know exactly where it would be. I held on to just a lot of costumes like that. It's really weird. Like Brianna did the same thing. She's like, you wouldn't happen to have a bunch of stuff I could do with this. I'm like, hey, just come into my closet. Just come in. Y'all got to understand. I freely admit, my closet is the entire guest room, and the down. Ah. Oh my God. Okay, are you okay?
She took over an entire room and then some.
I guess we were talking about a lot of cosplay stuff too, and a lot of like festival clothes, and when you're talking about outfits like that, they take up a lot of room. And basically, every closet in the house is mine except for the one walk-in closet in the master bedroom. Sorry.
Yeah, that one's Alex.
That one's Alex. So I explained to anybody staying in our guest room, I'm like, there's like 2 drawers that I left empty for you, but don't bother trying to hang anything up, which most people don't. It's not like people are moving in. Like most people actually don't really use.
Hell, I don't even there for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I still just like live out of my freaking suitcase.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's just easier, but especially when you start putting all your dirty clothes into like a laundry bag, then it doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
Oh, let's see. Oh, this other. So how do we feel about the new, for those of us who were there when the first one came out, Matrix is coming back?
I have yet to. I saw that the trailer dropped. I've not seen the trailer has dropped. The trailer yet.
Well, if it helps the direction they're going, of course. Resurrections. And Resurrections. Yeah. So it's recast Morpheus. Looks great. Of course, Keanu Reeves, who we're all in love with because he's amazing. It's very interesting. I like that it's very much going back to the feel, because where I lived was, East Bay. Where was I? No, when it came out, I was in Arizona. I was in Arizona. And when it came out, it was a creeper film, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like it blew out the box office the first weekend it opened.
Yeah.
It people started to talk about it and rave about it, and oh my God, you need to go see this movie. And this is back when there wasn't anything to do but go see movies. Like,
yeah,
we rode dinosaurs to school. This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So when this came, it was a big, that feeling of watching this movie for the first time and walking out of the theater going, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
What just happened? It took you a few days to process what you had seen. And, we lost that feeling. For me, I lost that feeling in the sequels. Like,
they did recast Morpheus.
They did. And he looks great. And that's cool. Yeah. But we've got Trinity. We've got Neo.
We do have Trinity. We've got Neo. And that's what matters, really.
And I bet even if you have seen the trailer, I bet you could probably guess the song that they use for the trailer. I bet you could probably just pluck that one off the top of your brain and go, yeah, I know which one they're going to use. So
this looks like it's going to be really good. I'm wondering how they're going to introduce them being in the Matrix again. But like last we saw, Neo had been jacked into the Matrix.
Everybody went back. Basically, everybody went back and just kind of accepted the full circle of events that had happened. And there's a lot of holes that got punched into Matrix since then. So the whole idea of human batteries is going to be really tricky. It's kind of like trying to make a Jurassic Park movie. Like when they did Jurassic Park and they came back and they did, Jurassic World, they had to explain, and a lot of people saw the movie actually missed this part. The scientist played by B.D. Wong had a line where he explained, hey, you wanted dinosaurs to look like your little plastic toys, so that's what I made them look like. Because dinosaurs actually don't really look like what we think they look like. Science is now
they had feathers
everywhere,
like
and they made weird,
Well, and like we've even like in the past few years found fossilized the cells that cause the coloration of feathers too. So we can tell you exactly what color a certain dinosaur was.
Yes.
Based on like comparisons of modern birds.
Right.
With
chickens. They're basically Jurassic chickens. And the little tiny T-Rex would have had like fluff all over it. So these are changes that they had to write. Like they had to acknowledge the science and the facts, because you're dealing with the Lost World. You're dealing with the original Jurassic Park books and the Lost World. And then you're dealing with how far science had come when Spielberg began directing a movie. And then you're dealing with how far the science has come since then by the time we're casting Chris Pratt.
Well, so Jurassic Park originally the movie came out in 93, but the book came out in the 80s, I think.
Yeah, it was very much almost this like love letter to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote, if you want to go back and see like The Lost World, that was who wrote Sherlock, but he also did Lost World.
Jurassic Park was published in 1990 as a book. So, it's been a little over 30 years since the book was written. Science comes a long way.
So, now we have the internet where it is. It's kind of like you would be really hard pressed to make a movie like Hackers. You would be really hard pressed to make a movie like Swordfish. You would be really hard pressed to make a movie like The Matrix when it was originally made today. So the concept can remain, but they're going to have to like go back and kind of retcon a little bit, because people have actually broken down the fact that human bodies aren't that valuable. You actually would not get any energy from them. So the idea of using a human body as a battery, they're going to have to change that to something like maybe it's our neural pathways that specifically power
like our neural pathways would basically could in theory be used as a giant supercomputer.
That using it more for its capability as a brain as opposed to any electric energy that it's putting out. So all of these things would have to be considered, which I'm all for. I'm all for retconning stuff. And speaking of retcon, there's a cute one that just came out, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah. So these are, you know, kind of the problems. But when you're dealing with something that is, and so it's done by it's done by a new Wachowski. I just forgot her name.
Lana.
Thank you. It's done by Lana Wachowski. Yes. Now, as somebody who is a fan, probably at this point the entire family, I even like Speed Racer. Don't you hate on Speed Racer? I like that movie.
Like Speed Racer.
I liked it a lot. I just think it was really horribly marketed. I'm just it comes off as such a passion project. I feel like it was such a big part of the actors' lives. I think it has a lot of potential. I'm excited for it. I am. And of course, following that up, we had Star Trek. We had Star Trek Day. So here we go.
Actually, it's not a new Wachowski. It's just, you know, the siblings are transgender, and only one of them is working on it.
Got it. Thank you for clarifying that. I did not know that. So one of the original creators is in it.
What just known as the Wachowskis.
The Wachowskis and the person, Lana Wachowski. Got it. The more you know. I always want that, like, the more you know. I learned today. As you can see, I'm a bigger fan of the art than I usually am of the people behind it. And that's a big problem I'm trying to work on, because sometimes it's the Wachowski. It's kind of like M. Night Shyamalan. I know more about the work that he's done than I do about him as a person, because I'm not always a fan of his work, if that makes sense. So.
And I'm not gonna lie, Lana looks like, based on these pictures I'm seeing of Lana before and after, so much happier. Much happier.
Good. Looks like Elliot. Elliot looks so much happier too. Elliot Page. Looks so much happier now too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
bravo. Good for them. Good for them. His character from Cyberpunk. I don't know.
There's also, have you heard about the new, it's actually on Webtoons, so it's free to read, the new Batman comic.
The world?
No, Batman Wayne Family Adventures.
Oh, yeah. When they announced that, I saw little pictures. I'm like, is this the person that I've been following on like DeviantArt for years? Because it kind of looks like it is.
C.R. Payne Starbite is what it says.
So there was originally this cute little web comic that gained a lot of popularity, and it was just something independently done. It was called Sons of Batman, or The Sons of Batman, and it was absolutely adorable. People loved it.
Starbite, aka Rhett Bloom, has been posting drawings online for over a decade. They've worked on various independent projects and publications, but their favorite things to draw include cartoon ducks and silly comics of their original characters. They live in SLC with their 2 cats.
Okay.
And that's their Instagram. Does that look familiar?
A little bit. I know. Yeah.
Them.
They might be them. That might be them. Because that's certainly how long it's been on. There's been a few, so I will definitely check that out, because sometimes the little tunes are so cute.
I'm loving it so far. Like Damien, the concept is basically it's a family comedy. And Duke Thomas is moving into Wayne Manor.
Okay.
AKA The Signal. So Gotham's newest vigilante.
The Signal. Yes, go figure.
And you know, it's of course got Babs and Damien and Dick and all the others. But it's just a little family comedy. And at one point in time, like, so episode 3, like, Babs is trying to get Damien and no, excuse me, it's not Damien, it's Stephanie and Sorry, I'm scrolling through it. Trying to see. It's Stephanie and Red Robin.
Okay.
So, spoiler in Red Robin, to stop a bank robbery before it actually progresses. And she's telling her father about this. It's like, yeah, I had a good day at work. I helped someone with their reading assignment. And it's Damien talking to Babs, and she's like, the sticky note says you're not allowed to drive the Bat car.
Like a sticky note's gonna stop anyone.
He's like, can't you just override the controls? She's like, no.
No. I mean, yeah. But no, I'm not letting you do that. Yeah, the artist does look very familiar. It's not exactly what I was thinking of, which was Sons of Batman or Sons of the Batman, which was, kind of a spinoff of that, but it was supposed to be a little cartoony version of it. But yeah, this artist absolutely looks familiar. I've definitely seen that one all over Instagram and Pinterest.
Yeah.
Yep. There's that. Speaking of the Bat family, Dixon, the artist in DC, Dixon, did do a little blurb explaining how they kind of retconned Tim Drake's character to he's attracted to men, whether he's bisexual or gay, they haven't mentioned, but Tim Drake is going on a date with a character that has been in the comics before. It's one of the boys he knows is about his age, another teenage boy. And so Tim Drake, Robin, has officially come out of the closet as far as this. But as far as a lot of people who have read the comic for years are concerned, like, this is not retcon. This is something that was readily accepted in the community for a very long time. Tim Drake had become a symbol of the LGBTQ community years ago, honestly, especially if you were ever a fan of fan fiction by any stretch of the imagination. Tim Drake was absolutely the representative in the family who was, the most. But officially in the comic books, yes, Tim Drake is going to have a boyfriend. So,
yep.
And it's really cute. It was actually a really cute, little meet cute. I was like, oh, my heart. It was so sweet. Yeah, because they're just little boys, and little boys, but they're like little teenagers. I'm like, oh my god, like a little first love and trying to ask somebody out on their first date. It was really, really cute. So there you go. They're calling it a retcon, but those of us who have been like fans forever are kind of going, no, not really. That's like trying to tell us that
he's a guy.
Yeah. So like, all of us were like,
there's a TikToker that like his entire thing is like doing Bat Family parody videos.
Okay.
Well, not just Bat Family, but like DC parody for the most part. Because he's also done like some Superman stuff and whatnot.
Gotcha.
And the Flash. But like he hit on that, and everyone else was like, he's like playing the different characters, and Nightwing's talking. He's like, honey, we knew.
It's like,
he's like, what? Knew. I hit him so well. And then Damien like walks by. No, you didn't. Even I knew.
No, you didn't. Even I knew. I don't give two craps about you, and even I knew. Yeah, it's like, yeah, no. Yeah, and that's, yep. It's been readily accepted. It's been 100% there. And yeah.
Exactly.
Adorbs. I saw somebody mentioning Power Rangers earlier. I did want to do a shout out. They got some good blurbs going for The Legend of the White Dragon. So here you go with the Dark Power Rangers. It is the apocalyptic dystopian Power Rangers fan film. You guys wanted to check that out. It's ready for its next phase. So that's why you've got Canon, you've got Saban Canon, you have this fan film project with Jason David Frank coming out. So shout out to them. Props for all their hard work. Woohoo. There you go. Oh, and don't forget, check your streaming services as Halloween approaches. You've got Halloween Kills is coming out. The Horror Fest lineups have been introduced on Hulu and Prime, on Disney Plus for all the family-friendly versions of the Halloween classics and new movies that are coming out. Of course, your Christmas movies are about to start. And yeah. Be prepared. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I want my cabin in the woods and small town with the dusting of snow with Christmas lights in the windows, Main Street USA fix, I'm gonna go watch Virgin River. Like that's gonna be me. But for those of you, there you go. They need more fall movies. We need more Halloween movies, not just the horror ones. I want,
we
like,
don't just need horror. Don't get me wrong. Like I love horror, but Halloween does not have to exclusively be horror. I mean, like, what
or
is
Hocus
it?
Pocus, or any of that.
Focus and Halloween Town and all that. Those are good, fun little movies. It doesn't have to be focused on horror.
So, I mean, if you want to watch the Worst Witch, you want to do the original one and see Tim Curry at his finest, go do that.
Okay, have you seen the new Worst Witch though?
I only saw like 2 parts of it.
It's adorable.
It is adorable.
They did switch actresses at one point, but they explained it away.
I didn't make that far. Yeah,
they did explain it away with like she drank a potion that changed her looks.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I'm like, of the ways that you could explain a recasting, that I'm willing to just roll with that one. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It is a witching school, and beyond that, it's also she is the worst witch. So.
She's the worst witch. Like, if anyone was going to like permanently transform her face, it was going to be the worst witch. But yeah, what it did is when I started watching it, and I have to go all the way through, and I kept putting it off, and now that it's Halloween again, it's good timing. But it did make me go back and watch the original Worst Witch with Fairuza Balk and Tim Curry. Which reminded me, and I don't know why the costumes always strike me as the same. What was Tom Hanks' character on Saturday Night Live, the pumpkin character that he portrayed on Saturday Night Live? Do you all remember this? It's like Mr. Jack-o'-lantern or Mr. Halloween. What is this character that he plays? But for some reason, it always struck me as like
David as Pumpkins.
That's it, pumpkin. So somebody was dressed like that at DragonCon too, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm here for this!" Yeah, that was a great character.
That is a common suit jacket at Spirit Halloween these days.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You could just buy it at Spirit now.
Yeah. But I firmly believe that as much as we have like Hallmark and Lifetime and Disney and
we need a Halloween channel.
We need a Halloween channel. We need, but like in a combination, like kid friendly.
There are enough spooky bitches out there.
Yeah, everything from short horror film. We have this. The good news is there are horror channels. There are absolutely horror channels, but they're generally just horror channels.
Yeah,
as opposed to like. I want a channel that is everything from pumpkin spice, basic bitch, fall girl to, the vampires. I'm finally going to do my Lost Boys sequel. I do not count the tribe. I want to actually do Lost Girls. They were supposed to do a movie called Lost Girls after that, and they didn't do it. And damn it, I'm going to do it. And that's the channel that you have like the Addams Family show that we keep talking about doing, like, that's the channel that's going to have it on there.
Well, remember back in the early 2000s, or late 90s, early 2000s, there was the Addams Family television show again. Yeah. Not the 1950s one, 60s one. The live action Addams Family show that they did on like ABC Family.
Yeah. Yeah. They tried. But it's I don't know, it's going to be a little bit different this time. But yeah, but if you're interested in all of that, all of those lineups came out. It's a little too much to mention here because everyone has their preferences, whether you want thriller, horror, you want wholesome family fun, you want Halloween classics, or you want something in between. Like I'm prepared to, like, if I could do Nightmare Before Christmas, just like I invest more money in fall decorations than I do Christmas decorations because I can leave those up for 3 months. Christmas I can only leave up for 3 weeks. So on that.
I just constantly have a skull on my table over there. So
that's not Halloween. That's just you. That's just Lyssa being Lyssa. Yeah.
That's cosplayer.
That's just us having fun.
Oh, speaking of though, I went to Party City yesterday.
Oh God.
I I was nearby. I was picking up something from Office Depot, so I got new fairy wings, and then also I got a little beanie that says Basic Witch.
Yes. Yes.
It's so cute.
I firmly embrace the fact that if y'all wondering what a so you got Basic Witch, which is a woman or a person, friend of any type that kind of embraces their witchiness in the fall. Like you're embracing that I am all about fall and Halloween and predictable, and there's nothing, there. And then Basic Bitch is going to be, I like long walks on the beach, and I like cheese platters and wine and sunsets and pumpkin spice and Ugg boots. And you know what? I am a basic bee, and I'm totally okay with that.
Just remember, that Venn diagram does overlap a little bit.
It does. Like everyone has that, but they're, part of it is just kind of embracing the fact that sometimes we are completely basic with our glass of wine and our popcorn, and yeah, I do like long walks on the beach. Come at me. Yeah. I'm okay with that. And I watch Virgin River because it's a gorgeous landscape. So I can't help it. And I drink iced coffee. So there.
Drink iced coffee.
Iced coffee.
Drink iced coffee. Sorry, that was a sound on TikTok for a while.
Oh my God, I love it. Somebody was doing something. It was there was a TikToker, I believe, who created a song. Basically, when you have entitled people assuming that because you're an artist, you should be doing your services for free. Like, photography is not a real job. Can't you just like come to my house and shoot some photos for free? Or like, can't you just paint my kid's bedroom for free? I mean, I met you 3 times 5 years ago. These people that assume that. So they basically came up with this song that was like, it costs that much because it takes so many fucking hours to do that, like this entitled. I love TikTok for these reasons.
It costs so much because it takes me fucking hours.
Yeah, that's the one.
Not much because I don't have superpowers.
That's the one. That's the one. And I'm like, thank you. You nailed it. Yes, 100%. God. Yeah, everybody in the comment who's like ever been anything like that, they're like, oh my God, don't do that. Yeah, as a web developer, anything like that, graphic artist, web developer, photographer, digital, anything you're doing digital, anything you're doing auditory, anything like everyone just assumes it's not real work. Have you thought about getting a real job? By the way, can you do this for me for free?
Yeah. Sorry, it doesn't work like
that.
Fuck
you. Yeah. No, I cannot, and I will not, and no. Oh, and here we go we've got, of course, the boys promos, the boys, Amazon Prime coming in hard with the promotions for season 3. Let's remember this, though. They've got their channel on YouTube, which is the network, the Bot Network, airing videos on YouTube. You've got everything about Soldier Boy. You've got teaser trailers dropping. Soldier Boy.
I'm sorry. When you say Soldier Boy, all I think is Soldier Boy up in this.
I know. It's exactly what you just can't take the name seriously, but that's kind of the whole thing. And then poor little Starlight having to do the whole music video. Oh my God. But she did a fantastic job. The actress did a fantastic job. But yeah. So it was interesting to see the actress portraying Starlight doing her job, doing that song with everything we know about what's really happening with the character. It was actually really well done. But Amazon coming in hard with this promo, ready for Boys season 3.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm definitely going to be watching. Michael, how we doing?
Hello,
Good
Michael.
evening. Good evening. We are talking the boys and Halloween and all of that stuff.
Yes.
Yep. Woo! And I know some of you guys are Supergirl fans. I know we got that last season of Supergirl coming in. We got Titans coming out. All of this stuff. All of it. And anime news. We still got the Cowboy Bebop movie moving along. Let's see. Love the boys. Still would have liked to see a very young Keanu Reeves in a Cowboy Bebop movie, but
That
maybe not.
would have been awesome, but he's not.
Not now.
Honestly, like, I don't know, Spike's in his 30s-ish.
He's old enough to have experienced a lot. He's old enough for us to not view spoilers, his end in the show, as a 100% tragedy as opposed to a bit poetic, if that makes sense.
Spike is 27 years old. What?
Okay. But what? What?
I'm older than
You're
Spike.
older than Spike.
I'm older than Spike Spiegel.
Yes. Yes. That's okay.
And honestly, I don't think he actually died, personally.
It was just wishful thinking on your part. Because that's what I keep telling myself when I try to say that. It's like, it's wishful thinking. I don't know what to think about that. But there you go. By the way, spoilers, but that show's been out for more than 10 years, so you lost your spoiler privileges.
I mean, it came out. Yeah, see, the wiki doesn't have an age of death, so I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay, for our Star Trek fans out there, Star Trek Day. What do we have drop? We had Picard trailer drop. We had information on Picard drop. We've got time travel. We've got the return of our beloved characters. How do we feel about Picard Season 2 changing the rules that Star Trek has adhered to in the past about time travel? Here we go. Lower Decks doing really, really well. Definitely gaining a following more and more. We've got the new Star Trek show with our classic heroes coming back, and we've got Discovery Season 4.
So I'm looking on the wiki right now about Spike. The creator never officially stated that he died, and at this point, I can tell you that I'm not sure if he's alive or dead. I think people who watch the ending and think that Spike is asleep are probably right, just sleeping. From the creator. Spike's alive.
He doesn't want to make the Joss Whedon mistake. That's all. He just doesn't want to change the possibility. I'll be interested to see I'm interested for the movie and what they're actually going to do. I'm interested to see what happens with this. Because there was a lot. It's hard for me to pick out a favorite episode of Cowboy Bebop. There really is something in every episode that I just adore. But my favorite might be the introduction of Ed. I think Ed's introduction to it's like, oh, now they're a family. Okay, now we're whole.
I love that just like Ed's dad just kind of forgot that she was over there for like years. It's like, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So we've got some fans in here who are excited for Picard Strange New World.
New Dune movie.
Dune is cannot come soon enough. Cannot come soon enough. That it's Strange New World.
Yeah.
People are excited, people are talking. Stuff looks good. 100%.
And yes, Olive, Bebop's not a single episode kind of thing.
No, it's not. But you can have I know people have their favorites of it, and I freely admit that the finale is probably the one I've watched the least.
Yeah.
Those last 2 episodes are probably the ones I've watched the least compared to the ones in the beginning. But
and then I think Bebop movie is amazing too.
It was. Yes, it was. It was up there with Akira. It was up there with all of the best of the anime movies ever. Cowboy Bebop was absolutely up there. 100%.
The bioterrorism thing. If you guys haven't seen it again, it's been out for over a decade.
Yeah, you lost your spoiler privileges. By the way, he's Luke's father. Like, y'all lost your spoiler privileges with that one. Sorry.
Actually, at this point, it's been out for 20 years. Cowboy
Yeah,
Bebop movie came out in 2001.
Was it 2001? I think it was 99 for some reason.
I
2001?
just looked it up.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, I mean, saw Dune. I for Jim, I would recommend Dune is Dune. The original one is what it is, and I do recommend watching it because so many people have, but this is very, very different. What they're doing now is very, 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 very different, and there's a reason. It's not like people are reacting to it the way they're reacting to, like, you know, remaking Princess Bride. It's like, this is very, very different. Oh, and let's go ahead and mention, for those of us who were, in my case, babysitting around this time, let's talk about Blue's Clues and the video taking the internet by storm and making grown people cry.
I should be able to pull that up right real quick.
Michael, I love you.
Trending.
Thank you, Michael.
Was trending. Where's Clues? Oh.
Lyssa has some more amazing cosplays coming her way, so thank you so much, Michael, for that super chat.
Oh,
we're going to help Lyssa with her endeavors.
Woot, woot.
Yeah. Okay, so for those, I don't know how many of you have had a chance to do this. So even if you weren't watching Blue's Clues, you probably couldn't miss the commercials. You probably couldn't miss the fact that it was on, and it was so it was hosted by a man named Steve Burns, and he was the host and one of the creators of the show, because he stepped aside. And 20 years ago, when the show, when he left, kind of with no strong explanation, but, you know, I don't remember having feelings for that one way or the other. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
It was on Nick Jr., and it was an adorable, adorable little show, kind of in the vein of, you know, you have the host and they have stuff happening around them, like Mr. Rogers, and there are things that you're always talking about, and there's always a way to introduction. You have mail, then you have, you know, it was a great kid show. It was very, very popular.
Yes.
And it had its own spin-off, and you know, there was the comfy couch, and there was Magenta, the other dog,
Yep.
So it was a beloved, it was there all the time, and the person who hosted it, Steve, was amazing at it. Very much reminds you in that vein of somebody very calm, you know, very easy for kids to interact with and watch. This was a very good show for a multitude of reasons. So I was babysitting at the time it was out. Obviously, I was into my teens when he left, but I do remember it. And he recently came on, and he's reintroducing the show 20 years later.
It's 25 years. It's the
25 years, right? It's the 25th anniversary of Blue's Clues. I think he left the show 20 years ago.
Maybe
is when he stepped aside as host. So there was this adorable video that they released to announce it, and I just thought it's the most wholesome thing ever.
You got a second? Okay. You remember how when we were younger we used to run around and hang out with Blue and find clues and talk to Mr. Salt and freak out about the mail and do all the fun stuff? And then one day I was like, oh, hey, guess what? Big news. I'm leaving. This is my brother Joe. He's your new best friend. And then I got on a bus and I left. And we didn't see each other for like a really long time. Can we just talk about that? Great. Because I realized that was kind of abrupt. I just kind of got up and went to college. And that was really challenging, by the way, but great, because I got to use my mind and take a step at a time. And now I literally am doing many of the things that I wanted to do. And then look at you, and look at all you have done and all you have accomplished in all that time. And it's just so amazing, right? I mean, we started out with clues, and now it's what? Student loans and jobs and families. And some of it has been kind of hard. You know? I know you know. And I wanted to tell you that I really couldn't have done all of that without your help. And in fact, all the help that you helped me with when we were younger is still helping me today, right now. And that's super cool. I guess I just wanted to say that after all these years, I never forgot you, ever. And I'm super glad we're still friends. Thanks for listening. You look great, by the way. Whatever it is you're doing, it's working.
And everybody's heart just melts.
Yeah, well, and another thing people pointed out, when he said thank you, he did it in ASL as well.
He did this. Yep, he does. They used to do that all the time. They used to get in as much ASL as they could into the show, especially when his brother came on to begin hosting when he left. And then they've done a couple of promos too, where you have people send in, they ask people to send in, do you have pictures when you were watching Blue? Do you have pictures from, 25 years ago when the show aired? And of course, these people are grown up now and they've got kids of their own. And so you have this whole collage of people like, hey, and handing the pictures off the screen to Steve and to Joe and handing them like, hey, here's this picture of when I was a kid and I did this. And it's been melting the internet ever since. So it always gets you. It always gets you. There you go. So that was our viral video, viral for good reason.
Like the other day, I was like, why the hell is Blue's Clues trending on Twitter? Click.
Yeah, Steve's back. It was great. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you've got kids, nieces, nephews, your own, or I promise you, they probably remember it. If you were watching Nick Jr. and all of us were, then yeah,
yep,
you absolutely remember Blue's Clues. So I thought that was just the most wholesome thing ever.
I remember my brother getting the Notebook and that being like the biggest, coolest thing to him at the time.
Blue's Clues was everywhere. It was on everything. Yeah, if you were eight and under, especially for that was there for good reason. Yeah, I thought it was great. Blue's Clues. So if you see the trend out there, now you understand why. Now you understand what's been happening.
Yeah.
So
it's so wholesome. I love that they did that. Especially since like the people who were kids when Blue's Clues came out, we're parents.
Yep.
A good portion of us are parents now.
Yep.
And so, like, this was something a lot of us, even if it hadn't gone viral on Twitter, would have still seen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hi.
Kitty.
Did you meow at me? Where'd you go?
Yeah. Always that opportunity to sit down with you. This is, a wonderful opportunity for these families to sit down with their kids and say, hey, this is the show I watched when I was little. Now I get to watch it with you again. It's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah,
that was the most wholesome reason for Blue's Clues to go viral the other day. Oh, she's behind me in my laundry basket. I'm like, where the hell is that? Hi, did you wake up?
Wakey. Here we go.
Where's the cat? There she is.
Wherever she wants to be.
That is the damn truth. I have
It's the cat.
no privacy. Like,
No.
She is my cuddle bug. She has to be cuddled up with me when I go to bed.
Yep, Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's a lost art.
Kids WB and everything. Well, now, like, there's full cartoon channels.
Oh, yeah.
7. So, like, there's really not a need for Saturday morning cartoons. Like, they still do the releases of Saturday morning stuff. on like Cartoon Network and everything.
Yep.
But it's not, like this channel has a dedicated time that's only for kids versus like the rest of the programming is for adults.
Adult Swim, yeah, or Snick.
Yeah. Like it's not like WB, Kids WB, CW. Well, now it's CW. But like it's not that anymore. Kat is waiting for her starring role in Jewish Space Laser. Do we need to get Esri in Jewish Space Laser?
if there was ever going to be a mascot on there, yes, it's going to be a cat. It is definitely going to be a cat that gets into the station.
Kira is the one that's more chill, but she's less likely to come up to people.
Yeah. So with the Jewish Space Laser, with the campaign done, everything being ordered, everything that the campaign was successful in helping us move forward with Jewish Space Laser. So we had it up on the banner because it's part of the big banner. It's going to be like our constant convention display for Axanar and Aries Studios and Jewish Space Laser. So it was up there and people were asking, do you have any of the Jewish Space Laser? We don't have that yet. I did point them. So Descent Pins, which has another emblem that they created for Jewish Space Laser. And then I sent them over to where Descent Pin is. And I don't think it was a Descent Pins thing, but I said like they're selling this. There is a table here that's selling theirs. So I made sure that people knew that they can go get but yeah, there's a couple companies that came out with the Jewish Space Laser emblem. Ours is of course connected to the one that'll be used in the show, as opposed to something that's just being used as a pin. It's the one that's actually going to be used for our characters to wear as they are employees of the Jewish Space Laser.
And we got T-shirts now.
T-shirts, pins, patches, whatever it takes to make the full uniform. Yes, we do have those. I gotta get Danielle her T-shirt.
It's like we've got T-shirts. Yeah, we've got T-shirts now.
yes, I got them. We'll send them to you. We got those. So, yep, and whatever it is that people do on the Jewish Space Laser.
I love that. That implies that it's a manned space laser versus an unmanned one.
That it's right. So, well, yeah, because it's the base, but we're it depends on how full tilt we really decide to go with it. The writers that have come on board to help us collaborate with it, it's a lot of it's going to just come up to them. I'm just one of the tools that's going to be used in front of the camera. Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll see.
Is the space laser manned or unmanned, guys? I wish there's a way I could start a poll in YouTube chat. I can't do that here. That's only on Twitch.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of, it's definitely it's gonna look like this strange combination of a Mel Brooks movie and Space Force. So we'll see, because it's not like Space Force really knew what it was doing either. Like, I don't know why we're here. I don't know what to do.
I mean,
yeah,
no one knows why they're here.
Yeah, no, and that's
I feel
okay.
like now we're getting into philosophical territory. Like cogito ergo sum. I think therefore I am. Descartes.
Well, I mean, and that's at the end of the day, it's just going to be a cat on that's manning the Jewish Space Laser, and it's just literally using a laser to mess with other cats it doesn't get along with.
Esri, are you ready for your close-up?
it's big reveal at the end of the show. It's been a cat all along. It's been a cat with a giant laser pointer.
Esri,
just messing with other cats. Yeah.
In fact, it is her.
So what is it called? If you get a dog, it's a bark mitzvah. Real thing. I've actually been to. Best food ever. What is it when you get a cat mitzvah?
Esri, what would you call it? She just shakes her tail and like.
Is it a meowtzvah? Is it a meowtzvah?
What do you guys say?
Yeah. And I'm not
Yes.
making fun of this. I've literally been invited to and attended a
bark
bark
mitzvah.
mitzvah. So don't laugh.
I gotta look this up now.
Yeah, I know. The dog had a little yarmulke and everything.
There is Hanukkah costumes too. Bark mitzvah. How much is a mitzvah? No, I'm trying to find out.
Can a cat be? Yeah, bat mitzvahs.
Let's see. Meow mitzvahs.
Meow mitzvahs. Meow mitzvah. Yeah. See? It's a thing. There was a rabbi and everything.
There is an article on medium.com called "The Day I Mitzvahed a Cat."
See?
Oh my god, it's got such a cute picture of the cat too. Let's share the screen real quick. Romeo, the bar mitzvah boy.
Oh, I got bar mitzvah.
Such a cute baby. Look at that chocolate point. Look at that chocolate point.
Oh,
he's so pretty.
See, it's a thing. Just telling you right now.
All right. Well, it is 7:38.
It is.
You have to go to work.
I do.
All right. So everyone, thank you so much for popping in tonight. We very much appreciate you being here. Crysstal, remind everyone of any announcements or anything that you want to do.
Yes, you're going to see the bulk of the announcements for the Supergirl fan film and the casting that has been completed. So we have stuff coming up at the end of this month. We have promotions that are already underway. You can check us out on Instagram under Supergirl No More. The Facebook page is still under construction. But when it is done, so right now it's under Supergirl Unburdened. Most of you have already followed that. If you go to Supergirl Unburdened on Facebook, it is going to become the Supergirl No More page. And that is where you're going to see the most up-to-date announcements that are coming out and promotional photos behind the scenes and when we're ready to launch the campaign. That is probably going to be your best bet for going to. We're going to use the Facebook page as the website is under construction as well, because that's going to be connected directly to the campaign. Casting announcements will continue through the end of September and the beginning of October. And again, directly connected to how we announce it, various steps in the campaign, because we have a promotional that we're doing, and then we're going to go into filming for the first episode. So
yes,
there you go. Again, it's called Supergirl No More. I wrote the script. I am one of the producers. I'm one of several producers. I'm working with another production company called Red Fist Productions. And the gentlemen who work for that company are the ones who are my saviors right now. It is a collaborative effort all around, and I will be starring as Supergirl, but by no means will I be the central character. There are many central characters, because this is very much a show written and created by actors first and foremost, for other actors to really show you what they can do.
And on my end, tonight, not streaming Rupture. I will, however, be continuing on Mass Effect, since that's likely canceled. And reminder, I am now partnered with Juju Energy. So if you use code GeekGirl on their website, you get 10% off your order.
Yay!
Thank you once again, folks. We hope to see you next time. And just a reminder, that is not next week. It is the week after, because I am at Gen Con and we'll be running a Rupture game at that time. So keep up. Remember, it's at Geek Girl Lyssa, absolutely everywhere. All the buttons. Bye, guys. Live long and prosper. Love you all. Bye, guys.